Every generation has to make their own mistakes, but to ignore the lessons of the past would be our biggest mistake of all.
Get over there, come on!
How do you teach a lesson about war? Not memorizing the facts from the pages of a history book, but truly understanding the consequences of war, where there is seldom right and wrong, only that gray area between, where victors are few, where the only thing in abundance is tragedy and heartbreak. How do you teach that lesson?
I heard a lot of your reflections and they were really profound and you make a teacher proud.
Alethea Parody knows how. She runs Friendship Tours, a unique opportunity for high school students from all over to visit historically important locations.
I said, let's go. Let's go investigate the consequences of war together, teachers and students, discovering what it is that these people have to teach us about how to heal.
On this trip, she's taking students from Santa Barbara to Trang Bang, where the photo of Kim Phuc was taken. Not only will they be able to immerse themselves in this iconic location, but they have the rare opportunity to hear all about it from people who were there and played a role in it.
Nick, how far down do you think they'd come? I reckon it's about there.
Photographer Nick Oot and reporter Christopher Wayne are accompanying the students and share the memories of what that day was like.
And where we were standing as pressmen was about half a mile down the road behind me.
Wayne recaps what he saw with his own eyes, and the students standing mere feet from where it happened.
Now, when the aircraft came in and had bombed the first time, it bombed just behind the temple. They started bringing the civilians out and making them run as quickly as they could down that road.
Standing there with Wayne as he paints a picture with his words on what life was like for Kim, her family, and the many innocent civilians caught in the crossfire.
Kids are naturally compassionate, but you have to give them a reason to engage. When they see that photograph, they recognize themselves because she is a universal image of children.
The students explore the temple, the streets, sit in Kim's family noodle house. They even have the opportunity to meet Ho Thi Hien, seen in Nick's photo running from the fire holding her brother's hand. It makes her happy that young people, 40 years later, are still interested in what happened here.
Okay, Nick, you better smile this time.
In nearby Ho Chi Minh City, they visit a war museum where Kim's photo hangs. As they stare at the picture, its importance now much clearer. All the pain, the sadness, the innocence.
I have seen this picture countless of times before we came on this trip. But the first time I saw it today, I stared at it for 10 minutes because it was like it was a whole new picture. After hearing Kim's story, I had a whole new perspective of it. It's like a completely different picture.
The museum is filled with other images of war. Each photo, another victim. Many suffering from birth defects from Agent Orange. Human beings that most people around the world will never hear about. A heartbreaking realization for these young minds.
I'm glad I came, but it's shocking. And I mean, it shouldn't be shocking. We should already know about it. We should understand it, but it's a real shock.
Seeing it here, it gives the emotional aspect, obviously, and it puts it in more like real life, three-dimensional perspective versus 2D flipping through a book, and you feel the pages, but you don't feel the emotion.
We're headed to the park right now, and we're going to do a little journal writing and reflection on what you guys just saw and experienced.
When you bring kids to the places where things have happened, that's when the magic happens.
As these students sit in a Vietnamese park, reflecting on what they just experienced, the words spill out onto their pages like magic.
I held back my tears. I don't like to show emotion in public. I want to cry so bad.
It is imperative that we draw from history's previous mistakes. If we don't, then all the sacrifices made, all the tears shed, and all the lives lost are in vain.
I've seen the girl in the picture countless of times, but having Chris and Nick in the same building as me changed my perspective on the photo. One question I have is, did this picture just capture the war or shape it?
Did this picture capture the war or shape it? Wise words from a 16-year-old.